Thank you so much, Ron, and hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending where you're located. For me, it's 9 p.m. In Abu Dhabi. Um, so, as Ron mentioned, and I do apologize, I turned off my camera so you can see the presentation um, like full screen, and also I'll make sure I don't have problems with the internet. So, as Ron mentioned, we had like our big conference, which is called Next, for 2021, and there was a slew of announcements like basically new technologies, improvement and updates to our Google Cloud platform. Um, I'm gonna talk a little bit, so I'm not gonna cover everything. I'm gonna cover, let's say, the priority announcements, some of the things that they are unique to Google and they're pretty exciting for us and our customers. So I'll start. If you have any questions, you can use the Q&A button there, and at the end of the presentation, if there is time, we can definitely I can answer some. Um, 1 second. I need to figure out now how I can. Okay, cool. um, so I'm gonna start with a quote. So in the opening of next 2021, our CEO Sundar Pichai uh, m- made a statement in the opening saying that security is the foundation of everything we do at Google, and we have a long history of building security into every layer of computing environment. And we pioneers probably, some of you are aware, Google uses zero trust computing um, across their suite of products. And we have a lot of experience implementing zero trust at scale. Um, this is so true. Security is the foundation of everything we do. And I think you'll see some of these announcements reflect this philosophy of security is the foundation of everything we do at Google. So let me move to the next slide. And I'm gonna, so this is not a comprehensive list. There's a lot of security features and a lot of uh, new functionality that I think Shalom is going to talk about in the Antos, right? But in a nutshell, um, Google announced the launch of the Google Cybersecurity Action Team. So this is a new initiative from Google, and we'll talk a little bit about this. We're going to talk about BeyondCorp updates. So this is our zero trust solution. Um, Chronicle uh, integration with the um, Security Command Center in the GCP. Some of the functionality in Cloud Armor, um, automatic DLP, uh, binary authorization, and as Ron mentioned earlier, the ubiquitous data encryption. And just from a concept perspective, you can think of this um, as the VP of security for Google Cloud uh, in his presentation in Next. Then I encourage you all to watch if you have time. The 2 days they're on YouTube, you can find them. Um, so the whole event was virtual, so you can access that and kind of like uh, if you can watch it all or just the highlights. Um, think of so from the perspective of security announcements, it's interesting the way Google and kind of looks up security uh, in the cloud. And what I mean by that is basically we're looking to a path to invisible security. So we want to build security controls at every layer of the technology stack in every product, bolt on, enabled by default, no configuration, and just to offer you security by default. And you'll see this, for example, in our automatic DLP, which is, I guess, we're the only major hyperscaler that does this at this point in time. So moving on, okay, 1 second. In August, um, sorry, in August this year, Google announced, um, 1 second. Google announced an initiative where they will dedicate over $10 billion over the next 5 years to strengthen cybersecurity and expanding zero trust programming, securing software supply chains, and enhancing open source security. The Cyber Security Action Team is one of the company first effort under these commitments. So the Cybersecurity Action Team um, aims to advise customers on the state of their digital security while providing program management. Um, sorry, while providing program management, security strategies, advisories, um, workshop, educational content, um, and programs that map Google certification to industry control frameworks, right? For Google Cloud customers. So with this initiative, we want to help guide our customers on a path for successful transformation of their enterprises, ensure the simplest path to regulatory compliance, um, solution engineering for deployments in the cloud, and consultative services, um, together with also tactical capabilities for our customers, which is threat intelligence and incident response uh, guidance. The team is the cybersecurity action team will offer blueprints and architecture for deploying Google Cloud products and services. It'll include, as I mentioned, threat intelligent, automatic, autonomic security operations and incident response services spanning threat briefings, preparedness drills, incident support, and rapid response engagement. So this is huge from Google, right? So if you got a GCP customer, you will be able to access uh, the cybersecurity action team, which is basically made of um, Googlers that uh, do this kind of thing right now, but internal for Google. So we're gonna allow our customers to access our knowledge base and our experience in dealing with this. So this is a huge announcement, and alongside with the security action team, we also announced the security and resiliency framework uh, that helps deliver a security management program aligned to NIST standards for cybersecurity framework. Um, and the vision is to guide the customers through the whole cycle of security transformation for their first security roadmap, transformation roadmap to implementation, and increase their cyber resilience and preparedness for potential events and incidents. Um, moving along, um, so this were the cybersecurity action team was the first big announcement. Uh, then another big announcement was BeyondCorp, and I mentioned this before. BeyondCorp, so this is like our zero trust security solution, and zero trust for everyone, just to uh, create a common vernacular. It stems from the idea that implicit trust in any single component of a complex interconnected system um, can create significant security risks, right? So if you have trust between your applications, hardware, or whatnot, that can create a significant security risk. And because that inside Google, we run everything internally in a zero trust environment. So zero trust comes also, BeyondCorp is the framework that implements this zero trust uh, uh, approach to security, to cybersecurity. Um, it also provides incident, threat intelligence. Um, it also has, for example, it manages all the authentication and entitlements to applications, um, and it's a lot of other things. But what's important in this announcement and the update that is currently in preview, it's the client connector. So until now, you would only be able to secure with the BeyondCorp enterprise cloud workloads. Well, now Google made BeyondCorp available also to on-prem solutions. So you can take your on-prem application, legacy application, and put it behind BeyondCorp and literally provide zero trust access to your users. Policy troubleshooter. So it helps you troubleshoot and gain visibility into issues with zero trust systems, and in particular BeyondCorp. Um, and besides the client connector that allows zero trust for client server on-prem applications, we also have an application connector, and that provides you zero trust for applications supported not in Google Cloud, so in non-Google Cloud's applications. So you can secure your AWS workloads with zero trust and uh, under the zero trust paradigm and Microsoft Azure and etc. So this is a very big update from BeyondCorp, and just the simple fact that right now you can leverage this technology to secure your on-prem and other hyperscaler uh, application. It's huge. It provides like one painted glass for all of your authentication and needs. Cool. Another update and another new feature is, so I don't know how many are familiar with our security command center in GCP. So security command center, think of it, it's not necessarily, you can call it, it's not a full SIEM, but um, it's a tool that aggregates security uh, information, logging, alerts from all your cloud workloads. So you can manage it in one place. It provides APIs for you to export it to your SOAR, SIEM, whatever you may use. So now our security command center in GCP, it has a Chronicle integration. And Chronicle, for folks that they don't know, it's our basically cybersecurity uh, security incident management solution. So right now you can centralize the alerts from Security Command Center into Chronicle uh, as the one place to gather the Security Command Center alerts. You can start investigation workflows um, in Security Command Center, right? And correlate that with Chronicle. It provides enrichments to the data, right? So all the, let's say if you have IP addresses, users, uh, any data points can be enriched with Chronicle data sources and VirusTotal and other Google data sources, and investigate threat actors and entities associated with the Security Command Center alert. And this provides a lot of flexibility, right? I mean, we're there we have customers, they're moving their workloads into the cloud. Doing cybersecurity and monitoring in the cloud is not the same thing as you do it on prem. So we want to make this as easy as possible and as seamless as possible. One of the, I guess, if you can, one of the selling points of GCP is this close integration, right? We're not selling Lego bricks. We basically everything inside GCP it's integrated from BigQuery. And by the way, I'm not covering in this slide, but now you have the ability to use BigQuery and Looker to investigate Chronicle alerts and to run analytics on top of that. So this is where GCP uh, has, I think, like where the power of GCP is this seamless integration between products and technologies. Um, so talking about a little bit about Cloud Armor bot management. So Our cloud armor is basically what you um, yeah, it's like web application firewall, uh, our DDoS solution and bot protection integrated with the our reCAPTCHA enterprise technology. So right now we see a lot of the companies, their services being exploited by bots, right? Like a lot of this thing happen right now. Everything gets automated. So Cloud Armor from now on is not only going to protect you against like application specific security threats, like I don't know, uh, DDoS injection, like SQL injection. Now also it can protect you uh, from malicious autonomous bots that try to take advantage of your service. Um, so this is uh, and also enhances is our reCAPTCHA enterprise solution. Moving to the next slide. So ubiquitous data encryption, and I think we Ron touched on this all a bit. So right now in GCP, basically, not only we'll see later. I'm not gonna steal my own thunder, but data in GCP right now it's encrypted end to end. So no matter where your data, it's like even if it's between like your GCL bucket and your BigQuery storage, or is running inside of one of VM, or is being consumed by I don't know like a function. Um, it's encrypted. So encryption in transit, addressed with keys under your control. And this is where the value prop is. You're controlling the encryption keys for all of these integrations. Um, you control the access to your data, no matter where it resides in Google Cloud infrastructure. In memory, in flight, on a spindle, in processing, it's encrypted. So now you can reduce the level of implicit trust in Google. So if you ever think that, oh, the hyperscaler is using my data, or like someone has access to my data, this is a this technology that is in this integration uh, can allow you to have a little bit more confidence because you are the ones that control the encryption key. So this is not Google encryption key. You could use your own. Um, Stronger privacy and data security with client-side encryption. So what I mentioned earlier about what happened with your data in transit, in memory, or at rest, now you can do the same thing for also for the Google Docs or like Workspace. Um, so right now the feature is beta for Drive, Docs, Sheets, and Slides. The beta open in June, and is going to be announced also beta for Google Meet. So right now, uh, like all the encryption, if you look at the SSL certificate and all this, is managed by Google. By using this integration, you can also control. You have direct control of your encryption keys. So when you go in Gmail and you open up the thing, the web UI, for example, you go on the SSL certain, you will see uh, that it's encrypted with your own key. This is useful if you think about it. I mean, Gmail is, uh, I think, best in class at stopping phishing and spam. But right now, this feature on top of that, is gonna probably make it more difficult to take advantage of, like clones and spoofing and stuff like things like of this nature. And also, you are controlling the encryption. So again, that means Google doesn't have access to your data. Nobody else has. You're the owner of it. And this feature, so also it was announced some uh, new functionality for our data loss prevention uh, product inside Google Cloud. So right now, DLP um, is enabled. So we have DLP for BigQuery enabled by default. So that means all your data that's inside Google Cloud, um, even if it's in BigQuery, for example, like you get automatic DLP. It's by default. So this helps with managing your DLP process for cloud. First of all, um, it helps you protect your intellectual property, uh, your reputation, and also your data. And you can choose uh, from a predefined content detector library of rules, or you can create your own for specific IP. Um, so DLP is enabled by default. The moment your data reaches a Google storage bucket, which is BigQuery or anywhere else, you can run DLP rules against it. Um, and also, it's not only in a read-only mode, or it also comes uh, with different enforcement actions, right? Like blocking the action from being executed, warnings. It also comes with an API. You can integrate it into your security operations center uh, or whatever systems you're using to manage DLP. And we're going to provide DLP for Google Chat, which is right now it's in beta. In beta, but this is a very powerful feature, especially if you're a workspace user. Um, this comes in handy. Also on the DLP side, um, we have for all the documents in Google Workspaces, um, you have the ability to classify the data. So what does that mean? One of the biggest problems in dealing with the data loss prevention is like a Rosetta Stone for the data. Is this file sensitive or is not? It's right now they're using different techniques. You know, if you use Workspace or Microsoft Word or any other, you can put a tag in there. You can put a, I don't know, header. But the reality is that in most cases it's user dependent. So right now the DLP allows you to automatically label documents and assign them different uh, priorities or integration. Like, I don't know, like for example, if you're for a certain type of data, you want to have more logging options enabled or be sent to a third party system for validation, like this will allow you to do this. And the cool thing about this feature is that the files can be classified automatically based on your defined DLP rules. So hopefully this will help enterprises to be more effective in managing data access and stop the data loss. So this is my last slide on the major security announcement. It's not there are many more than this, and probably Shom is going to talk about some of the other security features that you're going to see in Anthos. Um, One of the cool things that I'm personally excited is our cloud build system that right now um, it can be used to do origin trace of the binary that's running in the cloud. So through the cloud build system, it creates a signature, a cryptographic signature, and I can associate a binary that runs on any of my company's projects uh, to the source code that was created from. Right, so it's an end-to-end pipeline, and I think in the light of the, for example, and I'm sorry to say this because it's so overused, but SolarWinds attack, right? That is a supply chain attack where the attackers managed to actually get on the build system of the company and compile their own version of code. Um, if you would store right now that code in GCP and you would use Cloud Build to ship your binaries, um, that attack scenario would basically have been rendered mute. So it would not have been possible. Um, and just the implication of using Cloud Build for this kind of supply chain security across all our Google products, right? It's like either you create an image that run on Kubernetes, or you're deploying Firebase, or the other cool thing is Cloud Build not only supports image creations and uh, CI/CD pipelines in GCP, it supports also Microsoft.NET and Java. So you can apply that to basically on-prem uh, things also, right?